Hello, this is Namaskara Yoga and I am Katie. Nice to see you today, this beautiful sunny day. We're going to do a practice of really working with our downward dog, and it's going to be a really slow practice, thinking about our patience and discipline, just finding a little bit of slowness and working with the sensations and our being in the moment. So really trying to feel through every single little sensation going through your body and working into a beautiful straight back in our downward dogs. So let's just start by just dropping the chin down a little, shutting your eyes for a moment. Take a few really nice deep breaths here. Breathing in and out through the nose, feeling your tummy, your rib cage and your chest expand as you inhale. Tummy, rib cage, chest go down as you exhale. And as you breathe here, just find that moment to just arrive on your mat and just to be, being present, aware, and just being on your mat. Let go of all the things that you might have to do if it's your morning, or let go all the busyness of your day, because we all live such busy lives. We need to just let go and stop ticking off those tick lists, let go of our impatience. So just draw your hands down on either side of the mat. You're going to take a big inhale and draw your arms up into the sky, stretching up as you come up. As you get there, look up and inhale, stretch up a little bit higher, drawing up the sides of your body. And as you do this, take 5 really deep breaths, pressing the knees down towards the floor. Big breaths. Good. Take one more inhale up and draw yourself just a little bit forward, trying to keep those backs nice and straight here, drawing yourself forward. Keep breathing. Keep lengthening with each inhale. Then inhale, draw yourself up. Drop the right hand down towards the mat. Keep that left hand lifted. Draw that arm up as you inhale up. And as you exhale, drop yourself gently over to the right side, letting that right shoulder relax, the right elbow relax, and lengthen as you breathe into this. Inhale, draw up. Exhale, bring the hand back down by your side. On the next inhale, draw that right arm up into the sky. Left arm is down. Gently on the exhale, draw yourself over to the left side, looking up towards that right arm, and 5 breaths, lengthening as much as you can down that right side. Really press that right sit bone down into the floor. Inhale, draw up, and exhale down. Do a couple of shoulder rolls. And then just take your hands behind you and push your chest forward, drawing yourself forward, drawing your head back, and breathe. That's it. Inhale, draw yourself back up. We're going to come now into a tabletop pose. So, just taking away my block, bringing myself down, hands pressed firmly into the floor, really spreading your fingers wide here. Knees underneath the hips. And just for that moment, press those hands one finger and knuckle at a time into the floor. Draw them in. Start to engage through your belly. Press your feet into the floor and just find a little bit of activation through your body here. And we're going to do a couple of cat-cows. So inhaling into your cow, stretch. And exhale, draw yourself up into that nice cat. Inhale again. Just finding some slowness in this breathing. Nice, gentle, long breaths. As you breathe in, drawing that chest forward. Exhaling, rolling up. Each time you do it, make it a little bit more of a stretch, more of a lengthen. Inhaling, exhaling, drawing yourself up. And then just very gently sink yourself down, sit bones towards the heels. Lengthen the arms forward, draw yourself up onto the tips of your fingers. And stretch down the sides of your body here. Nice deep breaths. And walk your hands over to the right side. So knees are facing forward. Arms are going round to the right. Lengthen those arms as much as you can. And just breathe into this. Just 3 breaths. And then walk your hands once again through the center, over to the other side, drawing yourself over to the left, knees facing forward, body stretching to the left side, lengthening those arms, 3 breaths. That's it. Take an inhale, come back to the center. And once again, stretching forward, 3 more breaths. And then just gently bring yourself back up into that tabletop. So from here, we're going to work on getting ourselves energy in that core of the body, activating through our legs, activating through our hands, so we can draw ourselves up into a really powerful downward dog here. So as you just press those fingers into the floor, just take a moment, find your base. Press the top of the feet into the floor and taking a little inhale, lift your knees 2 inches off the floor. Hold it there, breathe. Come back down. Take an inhale and an exhale, drawing up into your cat. Bring yourself back to neutral again And this time, tuck the toes in. We're going to just take ourselves back onto our heels. Taking a breath here, stretching through the feet. Big inhale and exhale. That's it, just another big breath. Just feeling yourself really stretch into the arches of the feet here. Drawing yourself back up into the tabletop. Feel yourself active through the belly. Press those toes in, and on an inhale, lift your knees 2 inches off the floor, and let's do 3 breaths. And exhale down. Inhale into your cow. Exhale into your cat. And come back to neutral. Okay, so we're just building into going up into this downward dog. We're now going to lift our knees 2 inches off the floor and draw ourselves back to almost sit on the heels. So take an inhale, draw up 2 inches off the floor, hold it there. Take a breath in and out. Start to draw yourself slowly back, pressing those toes into the floor, holding yourself there. Breathe into this. You should be feeling yourself working really hard here. 3 breaths. And then we're going to start to push ourselves up. So pushing your sit bones up into the sky, drawing them up, lengthening gently through the back, stretching, lengthening, not trying to straighten the legs. I really don't want the legs straight here. I want them quite bent, and the heart sinking down towards those legs, towards the mat, as you just breathe into this. Another couple of breaths, big breaths in and out. And then just gently drop your knees back down. Release the toes, press the top of the feet into the floor and draw yourself down. And just rest in this nice child's pose. Just breathing into this. And then draw yourself back up. We're going to do that again, just working with the legs, engaging through the belly. So press those hands once more into the floor. Tuck those toes in. On your inhale, draw your knees 2 inches off the floor. Hold it there for a breath. Start to slowly draw yourself back, pressing into the feet, working into those legs, into those thigh muscles and the calves, holding it there again. Take a breath. Then inhale, start to very slowly push yourself up here, pressing into the feet, working into the legs, drawing your sit bones right up into the sky. And this time, I want you to take your feet out to the edge of the mat, keeping the legs quite bent, drawing yourself back, stretching here, trying to press those heels of the feet down towards the earth, keeping quite bent, keeping that nice length, maybe a little rock from side to side. Just feeling yourself into this nice wide downward dog. And then just draw yourself back so that your feet are now about hip width apart, and start to pedal through your heels. Now, if you're getting tired here, you can rest down in child's pose. If you can stay a little bit longer, that would be great. Press those knuckles into the earth. Really feel yourself activating the hands to try and pull that energy up. we're going to bring ourselves up onto the tips of the toes, and you're going to turn your heels towards the right side and drop them down, bending into that left leg and just peeping through that right armpit into a little stretch down that right rib cage there, breathing into this. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, draw yourself back up onto the tips of those toes, and then turn your heels round to the right side this time, dropping them down, bending into that right knee a little bit. The right heel probably won't go down. Look through that left armpit and just breathe. Inhale, draw yourself back up, pressing your toes into the floor, drawing yourself up onto the tips of your toes now, lengthening up. Just then kneel slowly down. Release the toes and sink back down. And as you come into your child's pose, maybe just turn the palms up and just bring your hands into fists here, just to release the hands. And then turn them back over. We're going to draw ourselves up again. Come back into this pose and then expand a little bit more. So we're tucking in the toes, pressing the toes right into the floor, drawing those knees 2 inches off the floor. Take a breath. Draw yourself back, pulling your sit bones down towards your heels, but trying to keep your knees low. Take a breath. That's it. Push up, pushing those sit bones up into the sky, drawing yourself back towards those thighs, lengthening through the body as much as you can, and breathe 3 breaths. You can start to pedal the feet. And this time we're going to raise our right leg up into the sky. So we're going to draw the right leg up. We're not going to take it too high because we're going to try and keep that right hip flat. So just drawing it up, flexing the foot and holding it there. And then we're going to take a big inhale, and on the exhale we're going to draw ourselves knee to nose and then send the leg out. And again, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, draw out. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, draw back. And this time, as you bring it in, knee to nose, draw it in, and then plant the foot down between the hands. Drop the knee down, top of the foot down. Check the position of knee to ankle. Just look up, and we'll take an inhale and sweep the arms up, and then just sink. Take 3 breaths. Just nice breaths into this. And on your 3rd exhale, just drop that left hand down to the floor. Put your right hand up against that right knee and press into it and draw yourself into a little twist. Breathing into this. That's it. Draw that right hand down. You're going to lift up that right leg and extend it back here, pressing that right foot away here. And just for a moment, draw the left hand forward. Look forward and feel that length. Nice, big stretch through the body, your tiger stretch here. That's it, just breathing nice and gently into it. And then drop down that hand. Release the back leg. Rock a little on your hips. Really focusing on all the sensations that we feel when we're doing this. Rather than trying to do anything difficult, we are focusing on the activation of the different muscles of the body there. So tuck your toes in again. When you start to tuck, you should feel the stretch through the arches of your feet. As you inhale and lift up your knees, you can feel yourself activating through the hands, the arms, the belly, the legs. As you draw yourself back, you feel everything really working, especially in the legs and the feet. Drawing yourself back, holding it there for that one breath, really working hard into this. Inhaling, drawing yourself slowly up, pressing those feet in, really engaging through the legs, through the belly. Draw yourself up into your nice long spine downward dog. Start to just pedal again. Trying to get your heels a little bit down towards the floor, but don't necessarily try to straighten the legs here. Keep a little softness through the legs. And just take another breath. Good. We're going to draw that left leg up into the sky now, drawing it up, stretching it back, holding it there for a moment. You've got the foot flexed, trying to keep the hips relatively flat here. So we're not taking it up to the highest point we can. Try and draw your inner thighs together here. Really feel that activeness through the belly. Okay, so take an inhale. Exhale, draw that knee into your nose. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, knee into nose. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, knee into nose. Inhale, stretch back. Then draw it back in on that exhale and pull that foot forward. Dropping the knee down, top of the foot down. Look up to start, check the position of your foot, and then draw yourself up. And just breathe into this. Nice deep breaths. And on your third exhale, drop that right hand down to the floor. Bring the left hand to the outside of that knee. Draw the leg into your body and come into this little twist. Deep breaths. Inhale. Drop the hand down, and on the exhale, send the knee down to the floor. Wag the tail a little there. And then just press that right foot and right shin into the floor and extend the left leg out and just hold it there. Keeping the hips flat again, really extending the leg, activating the belly and drawing forward. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, last big stretch. And exhale, draw the hand down and then the foot down. And then gently exhale yourself into a child's pose again. We're going to rock ourselves forward onto the tummy now. So we're going to bring ourselves into some little cobras. We're going to draw our feet together. Hands should be directly under the shoulders. Draw the shoulders back and down the spine and then tuck the elbows in. Press the hands into the floor, and on an inhale, unravel up and lifting the head up last. Press the feet into the floor, hold it there. 5 breaths. And exhale, draw down. We're going to come out of this by tucking our toes in, pressing our hands into the floor, pushing your bottom up, really coming into that half press up, drawing yourself back, stretching yourself back onto your heels, and then coming back up onto your hands and knees. And then from there, we're just going to sit down and we're going to bring our feet forward, lifting up our chest here, keeping the back really straight. So if I actually come round to the side, you want to keep your back really straight, the legs really pressed into the ground, the chest lifted, but the back of the neck should be nice and long. And if you have really tight hamstrings, I often recommend that you just put a little block underneath, because if you put that block underneath, you can slightly tilt forward your pelvis, and it gives you a little bit of help with those hamstrings. So if that is an issue, please use a block or a cushion, something to wedge yourself on. We're going to draw ourselves into a little forward bend, Paschimottanasana. So we're going to take an inhale, and we're going to exhale and draw ourselves forward. We're just walking the hands forward a little bit with each breath. Inhale. Exhale, draw forward. Inhale. Exhale, draw forward. And again. Exhale, draw forward. That's it. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Press those legs into the floor. Take 5 deep breaths here. Good. Then inhale, draw yourself back up. Take the hands just behind you here, pressing the hands into the floor, the fingers facing forward towards your body. You're going to point your toes and draw your hips up, pressing the feet down into the floor, and take your head back and breathe. And then gently exhale your body down. Draw yourself back up, bring your hands forward, and then gently sink yourself down to your spine. Rolling down. Draw your knees up into your chest here, just pulling them in. A little rock from side to side, perhaps. That's it. Perhaps a moment in your happy baby to release your hips a little. Just rocking a little from side to side here. And then just gently bring your feet down to the earth. Right foot to the edge of the mat, left foot to the left edge of the mat. Palms facing upwards. Neck, back of the neck nicely long. And gently close your eyes. And in this moment of Shavasana, we can really find that moment to be patient. Not lying down and rushing off to do something else. Just being present and letting your body actually relax. just start to move your toes and your fingers. Draw your arms up over your head. Bring your legs together. Give yourself a nice stretch. Big stretch. Pointing the toes. Press those heels away. And then release, drawing one leg and then the other leg up into your chest. Rocking a little from side to side. And then rocking yourself over to the right side. And just coming to rest for a moment, seeing how your body feels here. And then gently push yourself up. Bring yourself into a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands into Chin Mudra. Try and keep the eyes still closed. Keep the back long, the back of the neck long. And just take a few deep breaths, really breathing low down into the belly as much as you can. Maintain that lack of impatience, that discipline in action that is our yoga practice. Always being present, always being aware, and not letting the mind rush on to the next thing. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace to you, peace to those you love, and peace to all those in the world who need our love. Namaste. I do hope that you have enjoyed this little practice with me. If you have, please like or subscribe underneath. And if you are interested in anything further, like a private lesson, do get in touch with me on the email below. I can do this over Zoom or in person, of course, if you are in Edinburgh. Thank you so much.